Good morning. Okay, so I got my list going here. It's Monday. I don't know how much longer. I think I'm trying to debate what to do with these A to Z a day with me videos. I think what I might end up doing is just have them on the occasional day, not necessarily every day, because they take a lot of time, and obviously it's just I don't have the time. Especially, I mean, our views have been okay, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Honestly, my days I feel like my days are boring every day. I mean, I get stuff done, but recording videos slows me down, and there's some days there's just not as much happening as other days. So, okay, so let me go over these top lists: SUU prep, peaches, and homeschool chart and math. Those are things that have to be done today. So those are on my schedule for today. Under the little squiggly line, these are the things I need to get done this week. It's a crazy week. So I have that website, the OCQT website that I'm finishing up. Her deadline is by the 28th. We have 2 logos for one of a customer of mine that need to be done this week. And then the magazine I designed for my sister needs to go to the editor by Friday. So those are some big jobs. Now, granted, a lot of those I'm waiting on information for. So that's kind of how my life goes. It's a waiting game. I usually do my part pretty fast, but then I wait. So some of this stuff can change depending on how responsive the customers are. And then videos, I've got to get caught up on some more videos. I have 2 about ready. I just got to convince my husband to do a taste test video with me when he has time. We were going to do it yesterday and ran out of the day, but anyhow, lots to do. So, yeah, and that's on top of, just meals and dinner and all that jazz, all that fun stuff. So we'll see how this day and week goes. All right, just checking in. Doing pretty good. I had my meeting, or not my meeting, my stuff at SUU prep for SUU prep. I got the homeschool stuff done. The girls did their math lessons, and I did my chart. Yay! Worked on the website, got my client her task list of things I need. The logos we're gonna do tomorrow because I don't have enough time for that today. And then worked on the magazine, and I edited two, count them, 2 videos. So excited about that. And one is uploaded already, and one is scheduled for tomorrow. And I did a blog post too, which isn't up there. But check this out. I'm going to show you my little chart. Okay, I've shown you this before. This is the girls' homeschool chart. So the cute magnets represent an hour, and the solid color ones represent a half hour. So we worked on math today, so that's where we put that. But I wanted something for a schedule a little better, and I had a schedule book or a planner, but I didn't like it because it was just easily, stuff got set on top of it, and it wasn't easy to see at a glance. Look at this, at a glance, haha. Anyhow, so this I did today. So this is our plans for what we do each day. And if the one highlighted in orange, that's like a field trip, means we go somewhere. So this is for the rest of the month. I didn't worry about putting last week's on there because we already did it. But then here's next month is scheduled out already. I got to figure out social studies right there in the middle. Those 2 days, I got to figure out if I'm going to do my, oh, why is it going blurry? There we go. My little passport states box or not. I got to decide if I'm going to do that one. See if it's worth it. I might try it for 1 month and see, but anyhow, so I did get that done, and still haven't done the peaches though. All right, and there we have a bone broth started. So we added all our bones from the last cow and water, which looks gross right now, but we add a little apple cider vinegar and some salt, and we're gonna let it just cook for about 24 hours. And then I'll put it in the freeze dryer. We'll have beef bouillon, our homemade beef bouillon. So as I'm editing this video, let me give you the sad ending of the bone broth, because I didn't record the video of what happened to it. It had kind of a sad ending. Oh, there's a fly flying around here. So the bone broth, I ended up adding carrots and onions and celery and garlic to it. And we just cooked it low and slow for about a day, day and a half. And I think I did it for a day and a half. And then it was getting ready, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I need to pour it in the pans, but the freeze dryer wasn't ready. So at that point, I was like, well, shoot. That means either I take it off the stove, I strain it, and I just store it in the fridge, because I didn't have room in the freeze dryer. I didn't have the next batch ready to go. The freezer was full with the next batch, and the freeze dryer was running. So I was like, well, shoot, and it would be done by the next morning. So I thought, you know what? It's not going to hurt the bone broth to cook a little bit longer, and so we'll just let it cook overnight. And by the next day, everything, the freeze dryer would be ready to, sort over, and I could put the bone broth in the freezer and all that, right? Happy ending? Not so much. So I did, but I got tired, as I often do before bed, and I went to bed and completely forgot to add more water to the bone broth, because it cooks down, and you can add more water and it's just going to cook down, keep cooking down. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I was tired. I forgot to add more bone broth, or more water to the bone broth. So the next morning, I'm like, as I'm getting ready for the day, my son's at the door and he says, Mom, something smells like it's burning on the stove. Should I turn it off? And I was like, oh shoot, add more water, add more water. So he did, and I got dressed and I came out to see that it was burnt. And it wasn't like black burnt, but it was burnt enough. I added a bunch of water and I thought maybe it's okay. Maybe it'll just have a good caramelized taste to it. So I tried cooking it, with the more water for a couple hours, and then as I was stirring it, no, you could smell the aroma coming off it, it had a burnt smell, and I knew if it had a burnt smell, it's going to have a burnt taste, even if it was slight. I didn't want to go through all the work of freeze drying it to have a burnt tasting bouillon. So needless to say, yeah, the bone broth. But it's okay because, I really wasn't out much. The soup bones were just from that old cow that we had. They're normally stuff that they just throw away or give to maybe dogs or something. And that's what I did. I gave all the bones to my dogs, and I just threw everything else away, strained the liquid, and then the celery was getting where it needed to be used anyway, so I just kind of finished off the head of celery. Same carrots, like few carrots and one onion was really all I was out. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But lesson learned. I still want to do it again, and I have more soup bones with our new cow. So I do plan to make another pot because I do want to do the homemade beef bouillon in the freeze dryer. So the next time, I'm just going to be really vigilant about not letting it boil out and burn. So that's the sad ending of the bone broth story.